Alrighty, we are in. Give me a second while I do my settings. I'm gonna speedrun this. That's probably fine. So, Breeze. Truly beautiful map. It's not beautiful. I don't know anybody who like. I actually have a friend who likes Breeze, but he's a Viper main and he's weird. So that's probably why.
Standing ahead. Found them.
They're gonna get tagged while flashing out here. A 4-man down halls with only a Viper and a Motor installed. Get one.
Toxin screen down.
We need to push anyway.
Spike down. Defender spawn.
Perso not gonna find another. He didn't get one anyway. This is why I don't commentate. Anyways, attackers gonna leave halls again, but the Astra and the Yoru are gonna hear over here on TBC. SG has a decision: either push towards 2 people or 1 person. Take your pick. Oh, brick crush. Ooh,
Toxins going up.
Someone's gonna get
One enemy remaining.
Almost, we're not gonna
Spike down A.
Oh! Emmon's gonna get the spray through the smoke.
Out of charges.
And a relatively wacky pistol round from SG. Sorry, my mother texted me. I don't know how to commentate, so, you know, this is gonna be bad, but hope it's not that bad. And we get a P10. Well, I get to yap. So Evan's gonna throw his TP during the P10, which is, oh, yeah, which is likely going to fade away by the end of the P10. Very unfortunate things happening. Also, like I was saying earlier, who really likes Breeze? Like, how is a map in a game designed in a way that makes that the good smoke? Like, that's ass. I hate it. Okay, okay! That is, not allowed here. I don't even know if I'm meant to be commentating this, but I am, because why not? Will be an eco round for SG coming up after this glorious P10. I mean, when is a good series not gonna happen where, like, there isn't a P10? Every good series has a P10. I think even, well, you can't really call last Rivals Grand Finals a good series, but I think that had a P10 at some point, so. Must be consistent. This knife? Let's see where this knife's gonna go, some pre-round. That is the most breakable thing I've ever seen, but, you know, it'll work out, because nobody's there to break it. Ooh, we leaving this P10?
There.
It's not actually that long. Also, Brick Crusher on the KO and Ginsburg on the Sova, that's expected, but then Eddie on the Jet, that's definitely something.
There.
I don't care about the fight towards A main, I'm gonna follow this.
Suppress it.
Beautiful knife. Gonna flash out here towards A main. Not gonna get one, whipping everywhere. Oh! The negative IQ gonna get the spray back. I don't know anybody's actual names.
I'm out of here.
I just got it. Get the flash out of the
Cancel.
Brick Crusher gonna get 2 with the
Going down. Target down.
First, I'm gonna get the trade back though.
One enemy remaining.
And a molly kill.
Spike
Top
down
out.
A.
1v3 with a classic. Not gonna and Ace getting the kill to close out the round. I'm going to close my window real quick. Give me a second. bye we got going on here. Relatively weak bye for the bonus coming over here from TBC, but a 4 stack towards A, which is truly incredible. Overall gonna be a little bit late, but SG
There.
being relatively calm about it, seeing as how TBC have flashed out main a couple times. Sova drone gonna be used here. Owl drone, whatever it's called.
Enemy tag.
Gonna spawn out the SG just taking all this free space out towards the A side. And also flash out our own teammate, but that's just something that happens sometimes when you're taking the site. Gonna flash our own teammate again. I hope that wasn't a team flash. Personal, always so patient on the thing to find it.
Deployed.
Oh, Ginsburg gonna find 2 flying.
Enemy remaining.
Bird Crusher finding another towards the backside. Ginsburg spraying him through the box. Beautiful round from SG, minus the team flashes, but that can be, like, that's just one bad part of a lot of good. So, it's
I'm out of here.
honestly. The B-side has been relatively quiet so far in this season, although it has been 3 rounds. Perso has been able to keep getting this consistent info towards you, but I wonder what's going to happen with this jet. Have they even noticed the knife yet? Where does it even land?
Shutting them down.
It lands on a first. Our answer has been answered. Question? Question has been answered. There we go. 3 towards mid here for SG. KO gonna be taking that first contact. I'm getting messaged by Lee. Ignore the chat. Even he noticed that I was in an official. But SG gonna be walking back towards B here, hearing it be relatively quiet, but droning out A.
Revealing area.
Seeing nothing either, maybe wondering. Astra Sun coming out towards A main. But this KO knife now tells TBC that it is likely Emin's gonna flash out but not quite get one. Eddie walking up close to the wall. Gonna find one. Or a second, really. But do they know about personal?
Last player
Oh,
standing.
can't manage to find one. Negative IQ all on his own. I doubt that's his actual name, but I have no clue what he's meant to be called, so. Here we are in a 5 versus 1. Does he take the peek from window with, like, 3 people holding it? Knife is gonna spot him out. SG members gonna start running across the map. They decide to just let him save. No point trying to hunt. Because he's simply better. I mean, negative IQ secretly has higher IQ than any of us, so I don't see the point in trying to hunt him.
Gotta go. Gotta go.
Pretty poor buy for TBC.
Go, go.
Wonder if they'll try anything aggressive again, but it
Go,
doesn't
go, go.
quite look like it being relatively spread out across the map. Silly Geese gonna kind of go towards A again,
Gotta go.
as they tend to love doing by the looks of it. Gonna use double
Scanning ahead.
info to go towards mid. I'm just finding random things to yap about. Cypher making quick work of halls here. But Yoru, Emin, walked down B already. Is Leah gonna be able to find that out? And Robot walking all the way down halls this early. This round.
Dead.
Leah's gonna find Emin. And the timing! He just walks past! Oh my god! But Joe
Last
isn't quite
player
quick enough, and
standing.
Robot's able to get another teammate. Oh no, Joe. Oh, and he won't be able to find him in the end. With only a ghost, what can a little Joe do?
Spike planted.
Recovering.
Truly unfortunate round here. I feel that though. I play Astra too. Sometimes you're just looking into a wall for a solid 30 seconds and you just forget to hold an angle. Like, it happens to the best of us. Take a peek here, but I managed to find something out of the round. Shooting is relatively clean, but also lucky in a sense with that timing towards halls. But it was an eco round for TBC, so it is to be expected that they would lose. SG's money is kind of snowballing now, though, so TBC doesn't make a move this round, it would be past disaster, especially on this stupid map that we call Breeze.
Revealing
He's
area.
playing relatively passively. Bit of mid-taking from TBC here. Don't mind it at all.
There.
But SG seems to
Flash.
have a read. And we are team flashing ourselves again. Beautiful. SG speeding up towards A. Not seeing him much.
Powerless.
Hunter's Fury being brought out as well. But look, TBC, they're ready to meet it. The flash, but he's not gonna try and check his right. Perso getting 2.
Spike down.
Almost
A.
3. Now just Robot.
Last player
Sorry,
standing.
started on my own way a little bit.
Covering.
Close it out. Pretty nice sight hold from Perso and Joe. Pretty nice indeed. Huge round as well for TBC. Now they also have the I don't cast. I don't know the names of the ults. Viper Pit and KO ult, whatever you want to call them, and gonna be pretty huge.
Revealing area.
Another round against SG here.
One suppressed.
Spot out the jet towards it, but nothing else, and it really doesn't sway the B players for TBC much. Ginsberg gonna be taking some peeks over here towards mid. Negative IQ looking to do the same, maybe meeting each other. But Robot walking down halls here, does he clear Joe in this corner? Joe manages to get him, even if he cleared it. Eddie now trying to find anything at all. SG just kind of poking and prodding around the map right now, trying to see if anyone pokes their heads out in here. Being down a player and all. Emin possibly could get caught out. Spot
Shut them down. One suppressed.
Catches him with the knife too, but negative IQ, will he be here to get them? Oh,
Go, go, go.
very unlucky time.
30 seconds
Exact
left.
towards the first site. Does Brick Crusher go quick enough? Not gonna get Emin. Ace on the floor. Backside. Emin gonna get a second.
Spike down B.
Eddie taking a fight towards the backside. Lug with Leah getting 2.
10
What do they
seconds
know about
left.
Perso?
One enemy
Leah's
remaining.
gonna look away from main at the last wrong second. Forced to plant backside.
Distant.
Win this round, and my dog
Settle.
is barking. I will be muting my mic until he stops. I apologize.
Should I play some stars in this reality? Up I go.
I have the spike. Enemy mark.
Spike down A.
Don't get in my way!
One enemy remaining.
3 out of 5.
Poison's off.
Spike planted.
Toxins going up. Toxin screen down.
Take flight.
Flag it.
Toxins going up.
Take this!
Spike planted.
Poison's gone.
Last player standing.
Alright, we have returned. My dog has stopped whining. I hope that wasn't picked up too much through my mic. Been pretty close games so far. Some pretty crazy rounds. Very winnable rounds. So close.
Knife deployed.
The usual KO knives towards B and A. Eddie trying to find a fight here, but nothing much gonna come, seeing as how
Obscuring
no one's
vision.
towards B, really. Brick Crusher and Ginsburg walking up mid together. Evan's gonna take the peek into 2, and then Crusher's gonna follow it up, finding one. Show gonna get the trade as well.
Spike down mid.
TBC find themselves in a 4 versus 3. My bad, I can't count. Ace is also gonna get the pick on Leah.
Last player
Trying to work
standing.
through halls, and Eddie falls. Robot, 1 versus 4 now. Knowing what it doors. Pretty clean round from TBC here. Very, very even, clean game so far. Perso been cooking with some of the the timings and moments that he can be getting himself into. And 4 ultimates towards each team this round. This is going to be the decider of who gets to 6 first. Obviously, I mean, the round was going
Charlie
to be
Mike,
anyway,
let's
but
move.
ultimates are very important. I just wanted to put that out there. Normal B main knife going
Shutting them down.
by Perso. How many?
4
4
suppressed.
people suppressed. Huge info for TBC. But they stay relatively the same as they have
Enemy marked.
negative IQ may get tagged out. Perso in a bit of an off.
Nowhere to run!
Eddie's gonna make his way on the side, getting full flash by his teammate again. Emin and Perso managing to kill basically everyone on the site together, so will he be able to survive?
I'll handle this.
Going into the dimensional drift as SG take the advantage and take the site. They don't quite know about
Last player standing.
Ace gonna
Spike
find
down, B.
Ginsburg. Only Leah now in a 1 versus 3. Very precarious spot. The spike dropped down backside. And it's spot out though. Emin being very precautious here. Ace not gonna be able to get it, but Emin cleans up for him. As TBC go up to 6
Last
rounds.
round in the half.
Spend your money now. There's no bank.
Still
in hell.
a lot of ultimates. I mean, TBC only used the dimensional drift that round, and they still have 4. So, all things considered, they very well could get the advantage going into second half here. Eddie not gonna quite have a real gun, but you know, shotgun
Time
on
to jump.
breeze has worked wonders for some reason before, even though it really
Get
didn't.
out of my way!
We get tagged out by the 0 point? Is that what the knife's called? Something. He's getting tagged out by something. Ginsburg alone towards mid here, causing some pressure. 3 people to be out there. Although Perso is just gonna walk all the way down.
You
followed by the
are powerless.
5-man execute over towards the A site. Eddie running up with his gun. Emin and Perso can find 1 each. But does he know about Eddie's judge here? Not going to swing out off the lotus, but they find Emin at some point.
Toxin screen down.
Really want to get rid of this guy.
1 enemy remaining.
Ginsburg now left in a 1 versus 3. Going to get stunned and recalled? By all 3 at once, but not going to be able to find a single one. TBC takes the advantage going in the second half.
Switching sides.
Relatively clean half from both teams, but very messy other rounds. TBC looks like they're gonna be trying to go towards a B hits first. Will they expect the very basic and usual Cypher setup here? But
This goes here.
they do actually, and they actually go to the other side because they don't want to go into a Cypher, which is very fair. Especially on this map, because this map is poorly designed. Never mind, bomb is going to be brought back over to B.
Suppress it.
0 point. Towards ending, gonna catch up. Flash play. The recall star is shutting it down though, among other things, but it's the first PC util I saw, so I'm gonna point that one out. Ace and Ginsburg gonna be kinda duking it out towards halls, but both back off at the same time after tagging up Ace. The
Toxin screen
4
down.
SG players off towards the opposite side of where the bomb is currently. I've been in negative IQ, just so patient towards B main this entire round. They haven't even seen this Cypher cam yet. They don't. I bet they don't even know that Cypher's here. They probably just think, oh, what if he's also on A? Who knows? They probably don't think that. I'm
I'm out of here!
Time to jump.
Finally going to take some contact.
My eyes are down.
Cypher cam.
I found my wire.
The Robot towards the backside, gonna use some rest, taking the fight, not being able to find a Ginsburg.
Spike planted.
Dart.
Only real player there quick enough to try and defend the site. Brick Crusher gonna flash out. Not be able to find it. Emin, the swing out. Eddie killing both. Now Perso left alone backside, and it's not planted for both of the TBC players towards mid here, but they do have
Need that back.
bits of veto.
Last player standing.
Ooh, Leah gonna be able to find Joe, and Ace now stuck in an almost unwinnable round. But not planted for him, and gets double swung by SG. Beautifully played.
I hate to say it, but
Pretty beautiful.
probably
play, if I
best
had
to
say
play
so
as a
myself.
team. So, what's the
Now
plan?
taking another round back from TBC. Only one round to go before they tie it back up. Woohoo! Brick Crusher gonna be buying a Stinger. Ginsburg buying a Spectre on this map. You know, I respect it. I buy a Spectre every round regardless of map, so can't even argue against it. Gonna be looking to do a flash play towards mid here. And they have taken mid control, but four people tagged up, I believe, by the KO knife. A main gonna give a lot of info towards SG, but Eddie not gonna quite clear his corners correctly and get caught out towards mid. Ginsburg capitalizing off of that info, though. I believe Eddie saw it. So, or Joe, sorry, Joe saw him. What am I talking about? The TBC is still gonna kind of go off towards the site. Ginsburg pivoting back around towards the other side of mid. Will TBC be expecting this as they push up towards B? Joe gonna get lurked up on again this round and finally picked off. Only took, you know, second time's the charm. They always say third, second time's the charm. First one to find a kill while we have it.
30 seconds
Beautiful
left.
flash coming out from Brick Crusher, who also full flashes himself in the process. Gonna find his trade for Ace.
Spike down B.
Brick Crusher walking all the way up on the backside. TBC not quite expecting it. Bomb going down.
10 seconds left.
Oh, he
Spike
tried to get
planted.
it off.
One enemy remaining.
A slight second,
Last
but now
player
in a
standing.
1v1. Negative IQ and Ginsburg. Stinger versus Spectre. No shield versus almost.
Thrifty.
And Negative IQ's gonna win it out for the thrifty round.
I'm out of here.
TBC. LeBron Crusaders looking almost as goated as our glorious King LeBron himself. Truly the GOAT. And that round has to be feeling a little bit rough for SG. So close yet so far to win. But, new round, new me, as they always say. They don't say that, but I say that because I need to cope. And Viper Wall going to be put up already towards A. Eddie going to be taking a little bit of a ratty angle. Leah walking down mid already! But Emin had TP'd out behind the clone like Batman. Oh, Eddie's gonna take a pick with ever so slightly. I feel you, Eddie.
Anyone else?
Oh, Emin gonna get Leah on the re-clear. Fight coming out here for the B main between Ginsburg and Perso. Sheriff versus Vandal. Mully coming in, forcing Ginsburg out. Eddie finding the one tap, the one dig. Very important pick here during the sneak around. Will Robot kill the Vandal? He does. Perso.
One enemy remaining.
Now Ginsburg is a classic. Perso finally cleans up after that dodgy encounter towards B main. If only I could have actually observed half the kills and not happen. I committed to commentating this map from the start, so you know the observing's gonna struggle from that. even by coming out here, but SG not gonna have full shield across the board, but regen shield, many have said that, especially
Here.
on breezable maps, probably preferred almost with how many
Cutting through.
headshots it would be. Like light shield meta. I mean,
Enemy
Owl's
mark.
immediately towards mid, spotting out two. Eddie trying to swing through, but getting mullied off by Ace. I forgot the name. My bad. Ace gonna keep some of that mid control. Joe looking to try to lurk up Halls. Looking like a pivot back towards B for TBC this round.
My ult's ready.
But that's a lot of noise.
Throwing charge.
Side. Ginsburg has walked all the way up A main. I haven't even noticed that I've been staring at the mini map. I'm gonna find Joe as he sits in Halls. Will he expect negative IQ? It doesn't matter. He's going back to the safety of his spawn. That's my Ginsburg. Why couldn't he not overheat like this on PKT? That's my question. No, I'm kidding. Perso and Emin gonna walk up here on B. Are they going to dodge the Cypher Cam? Almost catching out Leah. I'm not gonna be able to find one. I had Robot.
30
Fight,
seconds
still
left.
finding one. Perso
Spike
getting
down
betrayed.
B.
Ginsburg's gonna find Ace on the double lurk of the ult. Not quite getting anything. Just forcing Perso out.
Last player standing.
And SG gonna find the kills. Eddie, truly goated. Truly goated. Even with his poor internet or whatever that was about. Ginsburg gonna be talking some smack. And then TBC reporting them and banning, getting them banned very shortly after. Very unfortunate. Pretty off buy here coming out from TBC and SG, honestly. With Marshall, Leah seeming very uncertain of what to buy. Ginsburg
Deploying
the same
drone.
owl drone towards mid here.
Enemy.
Spotting out someone, I forget who. I have dementia. Short-term memory loss. Eddie gonna promptly sit his derriere down here in front of doors, but then back up as soon as I say that to make me sound like an idiot. Emin now sitting in this exact same spot that Joe did. Will he take more space than Joe did last time? Who knows? I don't know. Ask me, I won't have an answer, quite frankly. TBC, very passive this round, but so with SG. KO knife towards B, not gonna quite catch out Perso. Ginsburg gonna walk down Halls. Will he clear? He does indeed. Second kill in a row in a separate round in that same spot. Simply beautiful. Eddie gonna get dinked through the door. I don't know how Perso got up here. I'm assuming
30 seconds left.
tunnel. He's gonna find the classic kill. Robot. Then run back towards doors. Looks like a very strange A split here. Going to find one here towards doors. Not gonna be able to find another. That Viper Molly is going
10
Scanning
seconds
ahead.
left.
There
Spike
they are.
planted.
Powerless.
Negative 8. Viper, not gonna find another. The shock dart from Ginsburg is beautiful though. That's my ex-rival's teammate.
Last player standing. One enemy
Perso
remaining.
now left it for an ace clutch if he would have been. Down to just 4 HP. A beautiful flash coming out here. And he's going to do it! Perso with the ace clutch. I didn't see half the kills, but they were truly beautiful. I can be sure. 23 and 12. The GOAT. Literally LeBron on the LeBron Crusaders. Or LeBron's Crusaders, my mistake. And that's going to knock... Actually, it won't do too bad of damage towards SG, so even if they lost that round in an ace fashion, should still not be feeling too bad, but TBC with 3 ults still, and pretty huge ults nonetheless, do have an opportunity to completely decimate SG these last couple rounds. Ginsburg gonna use the owl drone to down towards mid again, but TBC 4 stacked towards 5 stacked towards A. Never mind, the Viper came back.
Plant the spike.
SG can have 3 men here all ready to fight this site. I don't know, I'm running out of words to say. Eddie trying to find a fight. First they're gonna flash back say. What do casters say in this situation? Ace gets taken out from Halls. It's not gonna be able to quite find one. Perso in a huge position. Going to find a timing touch.
Last player standing.
Not gonna be able to get more than 2. SG is gonna close it out. Huge round to pivot back and gain what we see possibly an advantage against TBC here. Knocking wait. I can't do that. Yeah, knocking TBC I'll do a pretty bad buy. My apologies. I need to practice this more. SG having full rifles, probably feeling pretty confident once more in this next round. TBC gonna be looking towards a kind of B lean, knifing mid, causing a bit of pressure. Almost catching out the Owl drone, but not quite. Because my Ginsburg would never get suppressed while using a drone. The Cypher, Robot and Brick Crusher both here to meet this side push. Cursor gonna be taking more space than any of his buildings. Caught by a Cypher trip, but not quite. Perso pushing all the way to backside. They're not gonna be able to find one. Ginsburg can get Emin down towards mid. He's all alone on site. No,
Last player standing. Flawless.
5 on site. TBC getting flawless by SG. Truly beautiful round. I mean, they had to have been cooking that pre-round. I don't know. What more is there to say? TBC can have their guns back this round. Negative IQ gonna have his ult, so it's really not the most horrendous round in the world. SG's money is starting to definitely grow bigger. Their pockets are growing huger. They'll actually be able to afford a couple Nintendo Switch 2 games if they're lucky. Money. TBC kind of working their way through mid a little bit. Not gonna be seeing too much though. Versa working up tunnel. And Ace is gonna be walking all the way down halls. Well, midway down halls by the looks of it. Eddie not seeing too much. Ginsburg possibly could get timinged here by Ace. Possibly could. That is what? English happy. Oh, Ginsburg getting almost timing twice here. Perso's gonna jump all the way up. And he's gonna find out Ginsburg. Still, bomb is out towards B with a Yoru TP going back towards there. They seem to be wanting to kind of pivot towards B. Viper Mully gonna be used towards A main to stall out a singular Astra called Joe, but you know, it is what it is. Astra could get caught out here, stuck in the backside, but he does have Eddie to help. Eddie could get caught out
30
too,
seconds
though.
left.
TBC stuck in backside. Catching out Eddie. Leah gonna get spammed through the smoke from the Joe himself, the GOAT. Now in a 2 versus 5. Brick Crusher and Robot.
Spike planted.
Very, very cautious here from TBC. Not want to give any peeks. I bet they're probably coming. Don't peek! Don't peek! And he... Oh my god, he got mullied! Never mind. He got mullied by a Brick Crusher here. Finding a first pick in this now 2 versus 4 retake.
Flashbang.
Plenty of util though for TBC to play off of. Brick Crusher getting so close.
Last player
Not gonna
standing.
be able to find negative IQ. Dodging the stun and just sadly no
Team
stuck
Ace.
on bomb. And Ace is gonna find Robert for the team ace for the Brown Crusaders this round. Truly beautiful game here so far. Eddie is going to buy an op this next round. They really said, you know, if we can't win the round, and we don't have an op, then if we buy the op, we'll win the round. You know, that's just how it goes. Perso, one-off is... God, what is it even called? No command? No command. I remembered! Personal one-off is no command. Wait, can I just press... Oh. Give me a second here. Yeah, no command. It'd be 4 ultimates online for the Brawn Crusaders. Robot still setting up mid-round. You know it's gonna be peak then until he gets suppressed by a cannon. And it's take a second, but gets sprayed through the smoke by Brick Crusher. This one's where the first one out. So a little bit. Oh! And the Brick Crusher swinging through and getting 2.
Spike down B.
Now Robot alone towards the backside. Not quite alone, actually. We have Eddie with the Ed operator.
Spike planted.
Negative IQ gonna find one.
That's
Oh, the
3.
flash is beautiful.
Last player
Brick Crusher.
standing.
Corso, sorry. But Robot, backside the whole round. Gonna find both. Bringing it up to an 11-10 game between the Brawn Crusaders and SG. How many times have I said their names so that because I didn't have anything else?
Spike diffused.
It's truly a predicament. Anyways, more glaze towards my goats. Set 9 assists and 12 assists towards Brick Crusher and Ginsburg. My goats. I mean, truly unbiased casting. Perso though, he's up on my list. I mean, 10 assists, 26 and 15. Putting up pup numbers while the game is still being close. I usually put up negative IQ numbers, so you can see why Pupperhampton Puppers was ranked pretty low for a little while. But either way, it doesn't matter. Brawn Crusaders seemingly going to be playing a little bit slow again, but maybe a bit of a peeking out mid with the off here. Gets orbed off immediately, but the drone could push him back through. Gonna be broken, but they only spot out Joe, who runs away.
Poison's
I
off.
did not expect Ace. Or, yeah, Ace. Sorry. I keep messing up Ace. The Viper Pit did go down towards B earlier in the round, but of course I missed it. Meaning, the Brawn Crusaders really only have one idea. They either really dimensional drift the Viper Pit or go A. And they seem to be gravitating towards, what is it? The latter former? I forget. I don't know what it's called. Whatever.
Back soon.
Dimensional drift.
I'll handle
Being
this.
committed here.
Poison orb
Spawn out,
emitted.
Leah. We're gonna get timing back through. Will he go back and check? Not quite. But
Poison's off.
Leo's thinking. Spawn out. We'll get a molly kill though from Perso. Emin trying to play his Brick Crusher. Spotted out. Getting that
30
kill.
seconds left.
Screen
2
down.
kills for SG here. Very huge ones at that. Now in a
Poison's
3v5
on.
for the Brawn Crusaders. As Eddie is alone here towards the A site. With a little bit of Cypher util, so you know. So it's like sprinkles on the top of the cake. It's like they're not really that significant, but if there's enough of them,
10 seconds
I
left.
don't know what I'm yapping about. But the Brawn Crusaders coming out towards site. Eddie gonna find one.
Last player standing.
This is last kill. Ace find 2, but not enough time. SG went on time because melons
Toxins
or
going
something.
up.
I don't know. Whatever Sideshow said that one time. Was it Sideshow or Brett? I don't know. 11-11 here. Next round. This round decides who has the most confidence. This singular round, most important, and I think it's a little bit favored towards SG. I don't know. The guns are speaking, but even if TBC are to lose this round, they do have 3 ults. Brick Crusher very close to his own, so you know. I'm not a very good analyst either, so we'll see about that. A
Poison
sneaky
orb
little
emitted.
Viper orb for A main.
Poison's off.
Cutting through.
The Brawn Crusaders running up here on A, taking the space as quick as they can. Don't know what's happening with
Welcome to my world.
Leah's gonna get spotted out.
Spike planted.
Perso almost getting picked off by Brick Crusher. Robot not able to find it. Eddie randomly spraying through that Viper's pit. But he drops. Perso getting picked off by a shock dart because that happens. And it's Ginsburg. Emin, he's gonna spawn Emin!
Yikes.
In that corner. No, 2 versus 3.
Last player
You're
standing.
not gonna be able to find
Can't
one.
use that yet.
Joe. To find one. To not be able to find one, too. Ginsburg with a 3K to get
Thank you.
Silly Geese up to 12.
My ult's ready. I detonate.
And
You don't.
getting the no command? No command. Up with
Match
that
point.
defuse. TBC. Now that they have guns, it's a little bit more promising. Could see overtime map 1 already. A little bit more glaze. I mean, Joe's gotten up to 10 assists because he's just the best Astra player there is. Ginsburg, he exists, and that's Aura. The Braun Crusader is going to be looking for maybe a mid split here a little bit, but Eddie with the operator towards doors will he find it? Not quite. He's going to wish the shot, but he's going for the refight.
I can't use that.
Get caught out, suppressed, can't use anything.
You
Not even a lethal
are
smoke.
powerless.
The Braun Crusader is taking the site with rapid
I'm outta
pace.
here.
Robot spotted out.
One enemy
Ginsburg
remaining.
full flash towards stairs. In a
Spike
1
planted.
versus 4. Can Brick Crusher win this round to avoid the almost inevitable overtime? 3 Braun Crusaders all towards A main. Just a wee little enemy on site. Brick Crusher here.
Throwing jump. No one walks away.
Now he's stuck.
Waiting to kill.
Probably banked on teleporting back. Viper. Ace throwing a molly lineup. Brick Crusher still thinking there's one backside. The molly missing. But they know he's off. Not much time left to kill 3 players and defuse. Yeah, it's looking like an overtime game here. Braun Crusaders confirming it. Negative IQ
Switching
getting
sides.
a little
Overtime.
exploded by the spike, but you know it doesn't matter because it was last round. Perso almost at 30 kills. Truly insane performance for map 1. And it's looking like Joe almost bought half shields in overtime. That would have been quite humorous. Looking like Braun Crusaders might be going back to this A main push play.
Time
They
to
were
jump.
early on in the first half. But SG not gonna fall for it because of course they have my glorious Kings calling. And
Let's get this done. There.
not gonna quite get flashed by the way. Even getting suppressed so they can't even flash even if they wanted to. It's only an Astra suck. Bit of info for Perso, catching 2. Ginsburg taking so much space towards mid.
Right here.
Finding Perso out towards half wall. And Silly Geese just say, yeah, we got this now. Let's take it. And take it with full force they do. Braun Crusaders now in a 4 versus 5 retake. Very unfavored, but still not much util used on the hand of Braun Crusaders. Emin gonna be looking for
Portal
a flank.
close.
Knife catching him out towards tunnel. That might confirm at least 1 kill here. Lights coming out from McDonald's. I don't think
This way.
else with that, but you know, we're gonna call it. Joe getting full flashed by this glorious King Brick Crusher.
One
Almost
enemy
finding
remaining.
a third. Now Emin in a 1 versus 4, juggling with skins for some reason, and not gonna be able to find one. Silly Geese getting up to 13, only 1 round
Switching
off
sides.
from winning now. Obviously,
Match
I mean,
point.
that's how rounds work, but truly glorious rounds coming out. Eddie gonna be forcing the glass cannon operator in overtime here. Don't mind the play one little bit. Was finding quite a bit of value in the second half.
Keep up.
With the operator, so. I feel like they might be a little overzealous towards the main man. Leah taking the peek out. Very daring.
Toxins going up.
Perso walking all the way up through halls. Not gonna be able to find Ginsburg swinging through the smoke like an absolute chad. Leah Also, quite, yeah, but Joe's here, and Joe's Joe, so Joe. Pretty much. Ginsburg, Stairs here to help out Robot. And Ace pivoting back towards A as well. The Braun Crusaders seemingly not too sure of what they want to do. Thinking about, oh, maybe Halls, oh, maybe Main, but they decide to bring the bomb in as a little duo through Halls here. Trying to exploit the fact that Riot Games can't make up their mind about map changes, but ultimately deciding again that this is such a stupid part of the map. And Ginsburg
Revealing
finding a pick
area.
out towards Stairs on negative IQ. Tagging both
Shot
players.
dart.
Tom's surely
30
coming in
seconds
now.
left.
Planting in the smoke. Ginsburg almost finding spam.
Spike planted.
Robot's just gonna sit on his cam, giving him all the info. But Joe gonna be able to find one.
Last player standing.
Robot finding out Ace though in a 1 versus 3 now. Joe might be able to. Not quite. 3K, but not being able to get it. SG winning out map 1 in glorious, glorious fashion. Brick Crusher, Ginsburg, my Kings.
Defenders win.
Perso not quite getting that third bomb either. Truly unfortunate. Ace still staying adamant on his no chatting rule. Even when they start saying GG, you know, honestly, gotta respect it. I'm going to mute now until map 2 because I need to get a water and I'll be back.
Power.
All right, we have returned. from that little intermission between maps. Coming over here towards Lotus. Going to be relatively normal-esque comp from SG, but over here on the side of the Brawn Crusaders, double duelist Jet Yoru, solo breach, no Teo. So Leah is going to have an absolute field day with the fact that her, you know, slows won't have to be blown up every round constantly because, you know, Teo's a balanced agent. Loading in here. A swap of the sides off the start of the game is too. Wonder how that'll affect it. It's hard to tell though from Breeze how well each team does on certain halves though. Seeing as how both halves were pretty close. I mean, it went to overtime. And it was a 7-5 half, but loaded in now quickly, thank God. Nobody has a potato for a PC. Unlike a certain Smee in the chat. Anyways, going to be pretty normal round from SG here by the looks of it. Taking A with the Teo salvos and Neon sprinting up and, you know, Brick Crusher and Ginsburg making out in this room or something like that. I don't know. And Leah solo anchoring towards C, but gonna be a little bit more aggressive. Sorry about the network problems in the top right. I just, you know, I don't care. My internet sucks. Brawn Crusaders leaned more heavily. Oh my god, it's more than I thought there was. The 4-man take away, but Ginsburg a little bit more off towards B. Brawn Crusaders, 4 people all piled up here with the certain breach coming up soon, but Vice Shear does go up. Tag out Jill a little bit. Damage dealt. Brawn Crusaders walking back towards A little bit from the looks of it. Or trying to re-clear B main, perhaps trying to look for a C or B end.
Taking that back.
Ginsburg and Leah just holding this together. Best buddies. And over on the other side of the map, Eddie and Robot, best buddies. How do you say it? Tapioca? I'm gonna say tapioca. Tapioca dashing out the woods. Good salvos for Brick Crusher, but first I'm gonna be able to find Brick Crusher. Did I say Brick Crusher with the salvos? They are falling back to
30 seconds
waterfall.
left.
Get caught out. Backside by Tapioca. Now in the 2 versus 3, Robot and Eddie. A little bit late to the party, but as A anchors usually are.
Whoa,
Like
whoa, whoa!
Astra sucked there. That might stun them.
Last player standing.
High-low, catching out an ace, getting both the kills, shutting down Silly Geese as the Brawn Crusaders take the first round. Pretty clean round, all things considered from the Brawn Crusaders. Baiting out the shear, playing slow, taking the right time to push the site. Double stinger? Man, most broken gun. Shame they nerfed it. Hashtag bring back
Oh,
stinger.
this is a nice spot. Yes, this should do.
It's gonna be a pretty normal save round here as well from SG. Pushing out towards A. Brawn Crusaders pushing up here C pretty heavily. Will they clear Leah though? That flash towards site makes me
Flash trap destroyed.
Leah could go huge here. Barely not going to be able to find one. A little bit laggy because of my ping, but Ginsburg and Brick Crusher can be a dynamic duo. Brick Crusher getting a little overzealous trying to get that gun, but Eddie can get the kick back. So low from the Brawn Crusaders.
Last player
Fight
standing.
towards there. Robot now in a 1 versus 3, but Brawn Crusaders are very lit up, and he does find a Spectre. Tapioca running for his life to make sure he doesn't get running gunned by a Spectre 10 HP. A little bit of a wasteful updraft, but you know, it happens. Long range, Guardian versus Spectre. Who you picking? Ah, Spectre in that case, apparently. I would have picked Guardian too, don't worry.
Tagged. taken out.
Ace gonna be able to find Robot,
White
shutting down this
clean.
Thrifty, but pretty good damage coming out for SG.
An injured dog bites
3
hard.
kills and lit
Careful.
up Ace. Not gonna be many guns here on this bonus round. Gonna have to
This
be
goes
a
here.
miracle, and I mean miracle, for them to win this bonus. But actually, I take back my words. They actually have a bit of money, because I forgot to look at the money, and I only thought about the guns that they're carrying over. So, you know what?
Oh, this is a nice spot.
It happens. SG normalizing this A pressure. They know that they can
Go, go,
very
go.
much win this A fight most rounds. as long as they're not stupid. Joe trying to find a bit of a spam. Not quite catching out any of the SG players. Yoru getting ready for this flash, but is he going to... Like Eddie finding one. Can't find one. Here we go. Percussion. Ginsburg here to help, but not quite help enough.
Adios.
He's not gonna get 1, 2, maybe even a 3 on the 1 HP guy. Perso reloading
One
now.
enemy
Ginsburg. 3K
Spike
coming
down
out of this
A.
round. Beautiful goat. Glorious king. Ace now in a 1 versus
Cage triggered.
3.
Locating targets.
I have retrieved the spike.
Gonna jump through the cage and Ginsburg gets the kill. Beautiful round from Ginsburg here. Absolutely glorious. Shutting down the bonus round. Braun Crusaders, Tapioca buying yet another Guardian. I think he might like the Guardian, guys. I don't know about you. But relatively normal buy besides that. SG not actually having a whole lot of money even for winning that round. So, could be dodgy, could be seeing a 3-1, and maybe even a bit of a snowball.
Vice. Keep them guessing.
I thought for a second that voice line said, keep them kissing. I am off on a perk. But, you know. 3 men sent, 3 Braun Crusaders sent down B main here. For the Braun Crusaders.
All missiles away.
Slight B aggression.
Ammunition.
For SG here.
This is how we end.
Tail
Time to jump.
not being able to catch out Ace, but forcing Perso and Tapioca in a very precarious spot. No spam's gonna be able to find anybody, and even through all that util, still a 5v5 for both teams.
Flash out.
TBC looking like they want to still aggress towards A, flashing out, Astra util flying. Leo will be the first to find a first blood though. Ginsburg swinging out the
Spike
back.
down B.
Not quite catching Eddie.
I have this
Last
fight.
player standing.
Running out of bullets against Eddie, and Eddie's gonna find a 3rd. Quite the round, honestly. I don't really know what else to say. Wish I had a co-caster, but I don't.
Gotta go.
Quite the.
I'm out of here.
There we go.
Gotta go.
English was not my first language, so you know. Yeah, no excuse. Braun Crusaders looking to maybe take up C long here with this recall star. Eddie, very, or not Eddie, Joe.
Get out
Joe
of my
very
way.
good at the Astra util here, knowing exactly where to fake. Recall star.
Taking that back.
Evan
Cutting
gonna
through.
pop the dimensional drift, clearing out that box that he nearly died from before.
Here.
Gonna spot out the Vice Storms. Tapioca's gonna. Where's my observing? I swear to God, I pressed 0. But Braun Crusaders take the site in glorious fashion with Tapioca's 2K. In mid-air, literally an attack helicopter. All 3 towards CT here. He's gonna catch out.
Grenade is live.
Still a lot of util, even the rolling.
3.
Tapioca gonna find a 3rd on the round here. Silly Geese trying to salvage.
One enemy remaining.
Now in a 2v1. Joe's gonna find both Silly Geese players and close out the round. Braun Crusaders go up to 3-2. Silly Geese, pretty horrendous buy here.
I should
mean,
play some Astro
Eddie's
Stars
trying
in
to
this
kill
reality.
by it, but how much success can you really get out of it? and Braun Crusaders, though it's been a lot of A aggression, and they're looking to kind of possibly re-clear A main, but Eddie going to right up. Never mind, he did not in fact hero by. And Leah walked all the way up C long here, taking all the.
Here we go!
Eddie's gonna find one. Sorry, I was my brain. Eddie finding another. This overdrive being huge for SG right now. Leah walked up as well, getting pinched over here.
One enemy remaining.
Perso now in a 1 versus 5. What
Thrifty.
and a Thrifty coming out.
Gun here.
Eddie 4K. Truly beautiful from Silly Geese. They may be silly, but they sure do. Silly
Go, go, go!
I didn't have a line. I just kind of said it and hoped that would work. Now, Silly Geese tying back up the rounds. Of course, it's close because the Braun Crusaders and Silly Geese is always going to be close. I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what you're smoking, and I think that's going to be close. 3 ults. Oh no, Tapioca. We have pressed the updraft button pre-round. That is very unfortunate. But regardless, they push down B main here. 3 men all ready for this hit though for SG. Tapioca dashing out by getting blinded. Robot not gonna be able to find one. The rolling thunder coming out from Rick Crusher.
Spike down B. Last player
Very
standing.
precarious spot here for the Braun Crusaders. And nothing. SG winning magnificent.
Come on! Get me in the line of fire.
Still, Braun Crusaders, not plenty of money, but SG is looking a lot better in the money department though. Eddie almost up to max. Braun Crusaders still have 3 ults though. Got the... Wait, can I remember them? The Astral Divide? Cosmic Divide. God! Oh, yeah. Running up B main again. Probably gonna be looking for
You want to find it!
Cosmic Divide. First taking the sight off of that. Though the rest of the sight the Crusher and Ginsburg gonna swing out
Spike
together.
down.
Go 3 together.
Taken out.
One enemy
Tapioca
remaining.
gets another 3, but Eddie picking him off.
Cage
Now
trigger.
Ace down to just a 1v2. Can he win the round off of Tapioca's absolutely heroic 3K? Was that even the right way to sport it? I don't know. SG here, and Leah and Eddie just trying to buddy up together, make sure they don't give anything away without being together and ready to get a trade. Very well played here. My glorious King Ginsburg. I think Ace missed the bomb.
One enemy remaining.
You will get Leah, but not the round. Eddie making sure we get the trade on time.
I'm out of here.
SG getting the 2-round lead. First time in the map. They still have 3 ults again. 3 different ults, but they still do have 3 ults. Compared to that last round. Not a very good buy though. I mean, Sheriff's a frenzy even from Tapioca. I mean, he has
Go, go, go!
Blade Storm. Blade Storm. Yeah,
Get
I
out of my
remember. Popping that said Blade Storm and very much on the side right now. Not quite there enough to updraft over the fake out, going to get the popping the rollie for first, so stunning one of his teammates, but Leah backside, not even get stunned. Finds Tapioca and gets out in a now a 5 versus 4 retake. SG pinched on, or TBC pinched on all sides. One the other side, getting Vice ulted back.
Last player
Perso not gonna be
standing.
able to find another, and only a frenzy on site. Can't do much. SG, glorious, flawless fashion.
Retrieving flash.
Very minimal.
Flawless.
I mean, Leah just getting that pick on the tap to shut down that push entirely. The rest, who even
If
pushed out?
they're
there?
learning,
So, two of them
it's
pushed
not
out. Two of
fast
SG
enough.
players pushed out, and a timeout being called now after that very saddening round loss. TBC surely going to pray to their glorious king, LeBron. I would be if I were in their shoes. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't. But Eddie 15-4 right now, and Ginsburg 11-5. Truly, I mean, the goats of the server. Honestly, I mean, they are just absurd. Do you even call this the server, or do you only call that for like lands? What's even the saying on that? I don't know. Someday I'll find out. Probably. Bye. Looking not horrendous from TBC this round. But SG, their money, I mean, it's looking nice. Almost max for 2 people. Getting up there with the other 3. Gonna be feeling pretty comfortable right now, but comfort, as always happens on my team, Pupperhampton Puppers, comfort leads to disaster. And the disaster being, you
Right there.
very much get, blinding! You very much get, Bron Crusaders, they know, they don't have much to fight against this push, but so they're gonna go for the re-clear instead. Let them use all their units early on. Fight back. And it'll work. They take a main back from Silly Geese. But Brick Crusher ready here to pop the Rolling Thunder. I need to make sure that that's the right. Yeah, Rolling Thunder. Pops it, gets all 4 towards main. Not quite ready to capitalize off the Brick Crusher.
Spike down A. 1 enemy remaining.
And Ginsburg also cleaning up. Now, 8,
Flawless.
1v5. Another flawless coming out from Silly Geese. And it's just been some beautiful 2 rounds from Silly Geese here. I mean, even coming off of a timeout from the Bron Crusaders, it doesn't really matter, if I'm going to be honest, because they still win the round in flawless fashion, even after a timeout. Bron Crusaders also now knocked down to a very bad buy, seemingly contemplating, do we force, do we buy for next, what do we do? We're down 7.
Flash out!
Knows, man. I'm in hot out a little bit. Hopefully has a TP. Yes, he does. Thank the Lord in heaven above. Bron Crusaders kind of piling up outside of B main, though. They're kind of... Tapioca almost getting kicked out by Real Dog.
No charges left.
Pushing into the ult 3. So his player's finding 1. Almost a second. Urso taking out his knife at the most
Spike
unlucky
down
timing.
A.
Emin flanking around, but does Eddie read? Yes, he does. Gets the kill. Leah
1 enemy
fighting
remaining.
both players. Yeah, finding 1 and letting up Joe. Joe now at 86 HP. W anime, by the way, I would recommend. In a 1 versus 3. Bomb down towards A-Link. Swinging into the double. Up down. Somehow staying alive. Much longer.
Last round
Regardless,
before
very
the
nice
switch.
round from SG once more. Just absolutely, like, dismantling the Bron Crusaders on these side hits. Like, right there. Just one after the other of the Bron Crusaders just getting picked apart. It's magnificent. Emin's ping spiking up to 100. Uh-oh. I mean, you know, if they lose this map, that can be the excuse. You know, I would use that excuse that I was lagging. But I also use that excuse.
Omission
You want to find it!
Out here from Emin. Possibly gonna cut out Gilbert. Almost. Just missing.
I'm back.
Oh,
Okay,
Eddie
now
gonna
it's
find
ready.
a third! From A-Link.
Spike
Waiting on
planted.
his teammate though. Very nice discipline. Not
Last
quite
player
enough.
Know
standing.
exactly where you
Ace is gonna catch him out. As Leah's just barely too late to help out. Now in a 1 versus 2.
Thorns
Leo.
activated.
Last round. What do you decide to do? Ace and Perso just playing very back. Not quite planted for either of them though. Very precarious spot. For both, but looks like Ace and Perso. Oh my god, excuse me. Ace and Perso gonna find a
Switching sides.
catch Leah. Pretty beautiful half from SG, regardless of that last round. Not very beautiful casting for me that last round either, so, you know, make with that what you will. Eddie dropping 20 and 5.
That goes there.
Truly very, very good gaming right now. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. I was not expecting to be streaming this game, quite frankly. I was in a queue comp before, but it's been kind of a blast so far. Very good series. Will the Bronx Crusaders be able to fight back though?
I like it.
Not too sure. They don't really have as much fighting power as Silly Geese do. And in this unthinkable corner, especially against the tank. Gonna jump down into the smoke, pass gets a ding on top of a kill.
Cage triggered.
So much value for such a daring play.
Careful now.
Ace gonna find one, but
Spike down. C.
Amateur.
Robot up next to him. Perso gonna find Ginsburg. And Leah going to also find Joe on the lurk. Now in a very weird spot. Almost as if the halves were swapped.
One enemy remaining.
Perso gonna find out.
Spike down.
Robot
C.
finding. Flash not quite hitting him. Leah not gonna be able to win the round for her team. And the Bronx Crusaders winning back another round. Only 3 away from tying it up now. This next buy round, as long as they don't throw, like I usually do in my rivals games, then it will be fine. Triple Marshall was almost coming out there. That would have been quite the buy. I don't know if I've ever seen that. Except for in my ranked games. And a 4-man towards A. Oh, not a... Yeah, and a 4-man towards A from Bronx Crusaders. Never mind. Don't listen to me. I'm just kind of here. I'm just saying what I see in the moment, you know? Been peeking out.
Spike down A.
With the thing. Well, I've run out of things to say whenever I see someone get a kill. Tapioca holding the same. Ace gonna find Leah on alert. Apparently, I didn't
Spike
see
down
that.
A.
Oh, Leah disconnecting, looking like a P10 next round. My keybinds are now messed up. Robot TP'd across into stairs.
Gun
A
here.
very daring position for him. Found a lot of value. But we seem to be aware on the Bronx Crusaders, but Brick Crusher somehow gets the bomb out.
One enemy remaining.
Brick Crusher gets caught out there. And they're gonna be able to clean up from behind. Yep, P10 called out.
I don't care if there are 5 of them or 50 of them. Let's go.
Yeah, Leah having disconnected. All good though. Maybe the break is all that the Bronx Crusaders need to claw back at this game. I mean, I believe. I don't know about anyone else. I'm a believer. In the Bronx Crusaders. I'm gonna take a sip.
This goes here. That goes there.
They sort of got a setup all nice and orderly. I think the only real problem that I think the Bronx Crusaders could end up running into in this defense half, you know, you're ignoring the fact that they don't have Teo, is the fact that they're up against a Teo with a Cypher. And the Silly Geese's Teo is Ginsburg. Now, whatever you think about Ginsburg, I mean, I don't really know who thinks Ginsburg is bad, but, you know, he is quite good at the Teo util, so I don't know how much his trips are going to be up throughout this game. Keybinds are still messed up. That's a nice knife. I own that knife. What is Emin doing in spawn? That knife is like so Like it's good for a battle pass, but like I don't really know what else to say right now. I'm gonna crack open them. Hold on. Oh sure. Wow. Are we back yet? We are not, in fact, back yet. That is very unfortunate. That means I have to keep yapping. God. Leah! Look at this person. Truly one of the specimens of all time. I don't really know what that's meant to mean. What exactly is Vice? Isn't Vice supposed to be like Wingman or something? Where like they're like a creature out of like Radianite or something? I don't really know how it works. As for an update to the score of the other game currently, EG and SR are currently 2-2 on, I think, map 2. I don't really see it being map 3 already. But yeah. Still don't know. I don't really know a lot of the lore about this game. Like, what about Omen? Why is Omen Omen? Like, what's even happening in this guy's head? Not a whole lot. There's not really a lot going on. But like, why is Cypher like a well, he's not a robot, but like, you can't tell me that's normal either. Like, I don't think he has like, he has like robot eyes. Maybe being this close is uncomfortable. Wait, does Teo have eyes? Hold on. Oh my god. Yes, he does. They should add an option where in the buy round you can unbuy your glasses. That would be kind of silly. I don't really know why you'd want to do that, like, ever. But Asher's design is pretty cool. And how this looks is cool. Right? Wow. Oh, wait, that's like the same exact repeating texture over and over. That's pretty cool, though. You can almost watch it for like an intending. Also, it was pointed out to me once that this apparently looks like plankton from SpongeBob. I see it, but I don't see it. Because it's like, it's more of just a tree. And I don't really know what that guy was smoking the one time. It vaguely looks like it. Oh my god! The goat has returned. Speak to us! Yes! Oh my god, my keybinds are back to normal too. Yay! Leah possibly returned? Oh, ping is still spiking a little bit though. I don't know if that's the reason that they DC'd or what. It'll be a pretty bad... Wait. No, I forgot what round it is. Never mind. It's actually just the bonus round for the Brawn Crusaders right now. It's actually a pretty normal buy. For Brawn Crusaders. Tapioca. I'm putting 2 million on the fact that Tapioca gets 2 this round with the Marshall. 2 clean head taps. Am I meant to bet as a caster? I don't care. I'm match fixing. I also don't know if I meant to admit that. It's kind of funny. Whenever I hit 5, it goes to Leah, even though Leah has no number. And then whenever I hit 6, it goes to Joe, even though Joe says 5. Never mind. Wonder what's in, Wait, stop moving. Stop moving. Stop moving. Thank you. What is in this guy's arm? Or is it just his stun? Is that his stun? What does his stun look like again? Oh, it might be. I thought it just is his stun, just in there. Are we allowed to play Crunker? What is Crunker? Yeah, his eyes are linked to the camera. Pupper, even though this is a really late reply to that, thank you for explaining it. That his eyes are in fact just linked to his camera. Although, then why does he like hold this thingy then? Is it just a oh, maybe that's just... Wait, does it show like a hologram in his eyes whenever it's there? Can I play PVZ 2? We'll see if we can also get some PVZ2 gameplay here. Maybe try to entertain ourselves here. Oh! Turn. My keybinds there. Wait, who DC'd now? Did Eddie DC? Eddie DC. Crap. Well, Eddie is now returned. We might actually be able to start the game again. Looks like we are starting now. The bonus round, the anti-bonus round for SG. Very important rounds for the comeback to not happen. And the countdown counting now. SG kind of going towards A. Looks like they might be able to get it with relative ease. Brock Crusaders more to what keybind do I hit for that? Brock Crusaders more towards more spread out along the map. It's only Emin on site here. Drone not gonna be able to catch it? Not quite. Thinking he would get scanned by the second TP.
Gotta go!
Ursa waiting for his opportunity.
Spike planted.
Tapioca gonna be taking a fight against Leah here towards the lane. Oh, gonna find the head tap! I told you! Oh, it's much money on Tapioca. Ace gonna be able to find one with the stinger. Towards the front side, and Ace. Brick Crusher jumping up and...
One enemy
Tapioca
remaining.
looking a little bit whiffy towards Tree, but now in a 1v1 against Brick Crusher. Not gonna be able to find it as Brick Crusher gets a 3k to win the round. The anti-bonus against the Brock Crusaders. Pulling out the Snowflake for a second. That was kind of cool. I don't actually own the Snowflake. I didn't get there in the Battle Pass last time. Trying to get the little squish toy, if you know what I mean. Trying to make sure I don't miss that. Pretty close round though for both teams. Brock Crusaders now pretty much needing to win this round to catch up before it gets very uncomfortable in the round department.
Flash out!
Brick Crusher throwing out flash towards A, but kind of leading Tapioca away, but he's going to decide to go back towards C instead. Never mind, he's going back A. Speaking too soon. Speaking too soon.
Cutting through.
Emin solo site anchor again for where the bomb's heading. Don't quite know why we have a cipher set up towards A, but it is getting a lot of info. That cipher can. Emin can get tail droned out, but wrapping around it.
Can't use
Not
that.
caught out.
Can't
The Rolling Thunder coming
Can't
in.
use that.
Not quite catching Emin. I don't know what ability he's Astra sucked perfect for the delay. No. Robot gets kicked out. Nearly able to get
Spike down, C.
Tapioca. Sorry, I forget names. Oh, I pressed escape key. Fat fingering like Tom. I'll go to escape. Still not quite sure.
30 seconds left. Last player standing.
Swing out, but not quite able to find one. Leah now in a 1 versus 3. More so a 1 versus 2 with where the current positions are. Could find a little bit of workroom, but with only 12 seconds left, you kind of gotta save here.
10 seconds left.
Not much money on the board either, just gotta run. Silly Geese will be looking to, or no, the Brawn Crusaders, sorry, will be looking to, maybe go for a little bit of hunting, but not quite. Just kind of poking and prodding. Now, Silly Geese bumped down to a pretty horrendous buy now. Barely any money for some players to even think about buying a Sheriff. I mean, Ginsburg, 1,500 credits. Looking like a pretty tough round for SG here. Giving Brawn Crusaders the chance to kind of claw back, especially being one off so many ults. I mean, Dimensional Drift, Blade Storm, and Cosmic Divide. All one off. We'll be fighting out towards A, but it's not much to really fight back at them with. Taking A pretty freely, but Tapioca looking to get a little bit aggressive. Doesn't quite. Finding 2, 3, the smoke!
Down
Oh,
A.
full stun!
1 enemy remaining.
Finding a 4th! Not being able to find the ace, but single-handedly winning the Brawn Crusaders that round. My god.
You can tell a person's character by their first action.
Ginsburg,
eh?
you know, rightfully pointing out how cosmetic the sun is.
1 second, peeps. I gotta visit the Astral to play some stars.
Very nicely played by Tapioca. Little bit fortunate at the fact that the stun decided to favor him instead of the other 2 players that he killed, but otherwise very cleanly played. SG realizing how little they've been fought back against towards A main, kind of taking the space freely. Pretty much nothing invested at all. Tapioca up. Not quite getting spot out, but SG will begin to pivot back towards A as they've gained all this space and saw 2 players there. Ace gonna have to go huge here towards stairs, but looks more like a B split from SG. Seems like the right call. Come on. Joe, gonna try his best to delay this push, but he can't really do much. Emin trying to help out his teammate. Tapioca.
Spike planted.
Only open blinded. Robot getting a second. Now in a 2 versus 3.
Enemy
Ace
down.
gonna be able to find the gun poking through
Last
the
player
Robot.
standing.
Will not be able to find Ginsburg. Ace.
1 enemy remaining.
Catching out Ginsburg, but Leah getting the trade. Impossible angles to be able to snap from. And Silly Geese go up to 10. Silly Geese actually call a timeout after that round, weirdly enough. But honestly, fair enough. If you have the timeouts, you might as well use them at some point, unless you're my team and we never time out because we forget about them. But overall, pretty close round there. Brawn Crusaders having 4 ultimates online though. Looking like a pretty favored towards them round here. Coming up next. I personally have been on the receiving end of Silly Geese's Mighty Lotus, and I must say, the Brawn Crusaders are doing a much better job than I did. I mean, this is truly magnificent. 10-8 instead of 10-1 of what ours was? I mean, that's truly very well played by them already compared to what I did.
Here.
But coming out of that timeout, Silly Geese kinda looking really not too sure, but the Brown Crusaders seemingly realizing, oh wait, we've been giving them aim pretty free. We're gonna fight back now. We're gonna make sure that they don't get, you know, the most important part of the map for free. They're gonna catch out Emin, but canceling the TP. They don't quite know he's still there. He's getting full blinded, full mollied, and full box, just like Fortnite. Not just like Fortnite, but you know what I mean. Now just 2 players, Perso and Ace, out here towards the site with full hit coming in, but I think Eddie may have DC'd, so that's already Perso's gonna get spammed through by Ginsburg. Now Ace all alone towards the site. Tapioca gonna get the AFK player. We get another on the Ginsburg, dashing across with the smokes, trying to fall back. Not give up the picks. Getting a
Spike
third
down,
and almost
C.
killing Leah. Tapioca single-handedly making this round winnable again. My keybinds are once again screwed up. If I miss a kill, I am sorry. Very beautiful play there from Tapioca.
30 seconds
Now,
left.
much more hope driven back into the Brown Crusaders. Ace just waiting very patiently on the C side. The patience may very well pay off. Holding this angle.
Cage trigger.
Lighting up Leo
10
once
seconds
more.
left. Spike planted.
Joe walking out towards Mound here and
Blasting them.
Silly
Last
snapping the
player
play.
standing.
Full stun, but Leah saves. Popping the Steel Garden. There we go. Omen TPing up top. They still don't quite know where he is by the looks of it. They don't even know that he's really over here. Ace could have a lot to work with here, but not much time. In that case, and Leah gonna get the 3K to close out the round. Barely
I
saving his
demand
stunned
what I'm
teammate
owed.
there. Truly magnificent. How many times have I said truly magnificent? I'm gonna need a truly magnificent count. Okay, well we have gotten confirmation from Puppercan. Cypher eyes are the same way Sova's eyes work with the owl drone. Pretty sure in the owl drone animation, Sova covers one eye and leaves the augmented eye open. Makes sense to me. But either way, with that yap out of the way, Silly Geese taking up A main, not much to pressure them away from it. Tapioca gonna get smoked off. Really there's one word here. Tapioca maybe looking to swing out off of this drone. Still not quite finding the right timing to do so. Also with the smoke being up, that also didn't help. Just kind of slowing down from Silly Geese here. And Tapioca's gonna get caught out by Eddie. Perso still hearing some towards the A side. We're gonna get caught out by Leah's B-lurk. And Joe almost catching Eddie. Very, very close. But not quite! Oh, Evan not quite using his ears. Joe, will he be able
Last
to
player
be
standing.
Eddie hitting the flick onto
Spike planted.
Joe on 1 HP. 2 players being so low now, but yet so far to win the
I'm
round.
out of here.
The Brown Crusaders. SG make it to 12
Match
rounds.
point.
12 to 8. 4 ultimates up on the side of SG. And on the side of the Brown Crusaders, but not nearly as good of a buy on their side, so could be looking at a 13-8. Could definitely be something. Not nearly as
I'm
close
outta
as the
here.
last match, but yeah, closer than a certain series I played in. SG looking like kind of towards A again, but a little bit slower. Dimensional drift being used by Emin here to just clear out the C side of the map. Spotting out the bomb, spotting out every player. Tapioca running up into their spot, fighting solo and yet finding 2. Emmett deciding against staying there and just deciding, yeah, we got to. And we're up in a 4v3. Let's not overheat like that. And probably for the better, as SG kind of pivot off towards A. And
Cover
though
going
nobody
out.
on the Bronx Crusader side is there, that means that they will likely be playing a 4 versus 3 retake. Unless if my reads are completely off. If they're even reads, I mean, I can see what's happening, so.
Grenade is mine.
Yeah, Omen ult being used towards the backside. What is it called? From the Shadows. I'm an Omen main, by the way. I don't even know what that's called.
Here.
A-site going to be entirely for Silly Geese. And
Spike planted.
Silly Geese, or the Bronx Crusader.
Off your feet!
We're getting rolling thunder back. The salvo's perfect from Ginsburg. Now in a 3 versus 2 at match point. What will the Bronx Crusaders do to maybe save this map, save the series?
Go ahead. Stand your ground.
I forget what that ult's called.
One enemy remaining.
From Teo. Ginsburg
Placing
closing it out.
Attackers win.
And Silly Geese take the series 2-0, I believe, unless I have it terribly wrong. What a series right there. Truly magnificent. Tapioca doing the best that he could. I mean, 27 and 19. He tried his best, but just couldn't quite get there. Putting up pup numbers, yet still losing. Very close map indeed. I will now be signing off because my throat hurts and I want to go and take a shower. Bye-bye.